Great. We are going to go over Docusign today. Our opportunities class was supposed to be yesterday, but nobody showed up. So there was no opportunities class.
I thought you were gone.
Oh, yeah. I still have the classes scheduled when I send it out.
Oh.
Yeah. So Sue, you and I can get together and we'll just do a class on it.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll figure that one out. But I think that starts all of this. My confusion.
Yeah, that's the very beginning for Docusign, is creating an opportunity. And I'm going to go through it a litlittle quickly just to give an overview, and then we'll go into the deep stuff inside of Docusign.
I'll go back and watch that from yesterday.
Oh, there's no recording from yesterday.
Oh, there isn't? Okay.
No, but I'll send you a link to the process of how it's done anyways, because I have previous recordings. That's the
okay.
So.
All right. Sounds great.
Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I'm going to get out of this.
Excuse me.
I'm redoing my contacts, so I'm missing about 100 or so of them. All right, so I'm inside my contacts, and I'm going to create an opportunity. And to do that, I'm going to the two shaking hands. And I'm going to create an opportunity by clicking this button. And I'm going to make sure this information is correct, and I'm going to fill it out. So my market center is Englewood. My listing type is going to be a buyer. I am the owner of this opportunity. So it's not the owner of the property, it is the owner of the opportunity. If you were on a team, it would be the team rainmaker.
Mm-hmm.
My client, I'm going to say is, use my sister again. Co-buyer, we'll say her co-buyer is my mom. Opportunity name, this is going to depend on if you want to do how you like to organize things. So I'm going to use the address. I'm going to leave this dash buyer in there, but I'm going to put the address in here.
Okay.
Custom tags, this is again once organization. So I have a couple different tags in here that I've created: land, luxury, family, test, this is me, pet, so on and so forth. And however I like to organize those inside of my all opportunities is what I use the tags for.
Okay.
I'll just say this is a luxury property. A buyer, so I don't have an estimated close date. Well, yeah, let's say we've been working with them for a while. So we're going to start estimated close date because, no, never mind. We're not going to have an estimated close date. Take that back. Time frame, also not needed. Budget, we'll just say, we're going to go for $1 million. Commission rate, this is our half of the commission, so 3%. Cultivate phase, we're going to start in active because let's say we've already been working with this person, we know this person, they already committed to us as their agent. And their stage is going to be in negotiations. And I'm going to click create. And I created an opportunity. If I want to edit any general information, I'll click on this pencil button. And then it'll open up a box for me to edit the information.
I'm not, okay, after you created?
So this is, I created it and it brought me into this dashboard here.
Okay, and then the pencil box comes up.
There's the pencil right here. I'll click on that to edit the general information.
Okay.
And then over here in the property, I can put in an actual property for it to pop up.
Okay, so that's if you're going to write an offer.
Right, yep.
Yeah, okay. Great.
I'm going to write an offer on the office building. Okay, and I'm going to click save. Description, we can write about what maybe they're looking for. $2,000 square feet. Description, it's really what you want to put in there. It could be notes for the whole thing if you want to. But basically, it's anything you just want to look at quickly, you can put inside that description box. And then I'm going to skip over buyer profile. This is really association with the app more so than anything else. This will say if they're registered to your app, and then where they are in the guide on your app. We're going to have a different class for apps stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to go into Documents, and this is where we're going to start getting into the nitty gritty of Docusign.
Okay.
First, choose checklist type, and that checklist type is going to be a residential. And the first folder here is consultation, and this is for a buyer side. So I don't have anything in here. I could put in a custom item if I want. I'm going to put in here the exclusive buyer's agreement if I wanted to.
Okay, yeah, that's where I would start off. First off.
I'm gonna make this a actual thing in there after this class. Type, this is an agreement. And then I can manually upload. I'm gonna click manual. I'm gonna browse my files.
Okay, but you're not in Docusign pulling out those.
No, I'm not in Docusign yet. Yeah, you can. Once you can get it from Docusign.
Okay,
And
so
I wouldn't have to. I could click on Start a Transaction here. And
right.
I'm going to click the drop-down box because I have both of these connected, Dotloop and Docusign. And I'll just click on Docusign, and it's going to create a room for me. It's going to make me log in first. Okay. So now it created the room for me. And now I want that. I'm going to go into details first to see if my people have been transferred over. So they're buyers. So this one, for some reason, didn't work for me to transfer over. It's working for some people, and some people it's not. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to click the Edit button now. And I'm going to put buyer information in here. And the more information I put in this details section, the more will fill in to my contracts.
Okay.
Let's see, and then I want to put an email address. Oh, there it is. She's going to be. We'll put her real. Okay. So basically what we really need from them is their name and their email address for our clients. And let's say I'm going to be offering an offer on 160. Charlotte. Florida. Contract amount. Say the budget was $1 million. Make it 500,000. Earnest. Offer date today. Don't have a contract date yet. And then I'm just going to click save here in the corner.
Okay.
So now these pieces of information are in here. And if I go into documents, I can click on the add button, the blue add button. It might be hidden behind my video feed. I'm not sure. Some people it is.
No, it's good. You're there.
So I'm going to click this blue add button. And I'm going to click DocuSign Forms.
Mm-hmm.
Once I click forms, I have a choice between libraries and groups in the first one. If I pick library, it's just going to give me a selection of all the documents. If I pick group, it's going to break it down into packages that it's already been made. So I'm looking for an agreement. I'm going to click on agreements. You know what? It might be under buyer sale package.
That's what I was just looking. Select group, buyer, vacant land, far bar, buyer sale.
Buyer sale package.
I don't see an exclusive buyer agency under there.
No, I think it's in agreements.
Okay, let's go back there. Thought I looked there.
Hmm.
Agreements, commission, exclusive right of sale, listing agreement, transaction, exclusive right. You know, there isn't a true buyer agency agreement in here.
I'm sure there is. I gotta find it. It's not organized correctly.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say I've always had to go to the far bar or go into the general forms in Dotloop to find it. It was never downloaded.
Okay.
You know, John Griffith has one. He has the disclosure that says I can work like this and this and this and this.
Right.
And then he had the exclusive buyer agency agreement. There is another form in there that I like better that doesn't make us go transactional right away, because it's really hard not to have the client sign those and get away with them. So frequently that's the form I do print out so they don't sign that until we have to, because I always promote myself as I'm going to be your buyer agent. Unless we have these conditions. And that's when I let them know I'm a transaction broker. So I don't know. Is there a way for me to put I guess I can keep them on my computer? Is that the only way to do it? And add it?
It looks like they're in here. Exclusive buyer brokerage agreement, and then exclusive brokerage. Oh yeah.
Where are you?
So I went up to library instead.
Okay, the whole library.
So FAR, Florida Association of Realtors. I'm going to make sure this is put into our folders though.
Okay, thank you.
And it has both of the exclusive one, the consent to transaction, and then no brokerage relationship. And there's also a single agent one, which is the one I think you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, put all of those in.
That one. Yeah, I'll put them all into the agreements.
Okay.
But for today, we're just going to start off with
that's fine.
Exclusive buyers.
Whatever. You can do that later. Thank you.
I'm going to click add. So the process that we're going through with this singular document is the same process you'll use for all the documents.
Sure.
And as soon as we go through this one, I'll go through another one to show you with multiple documents.
Okay, this is the part, I can get them in, and then it's the part of where you go here and get in.
Perfect.
Pop around. Okay,
so now I have my exclusive buyer brokerage agreement, single agent. I'm going to click on it. And it's going to open up a window where I can now edit this document. So it filled in my auto information in here. It has my buyer.
I see it.
The terms, so I can enter in my terms on the day of, what is this, 21 July 2220, so on and so forth. I'm gonna
Sure.
put in the information.
Okay, so okay.
And then I'm gonna scroll down. It has some more compensation information here. Here's my single agent notice stating that yes, I am working as a single agent for you.
Perfect.
And then I click close.
Save and close.
And I'm going to show you where to go if you just want to print up a blank one to take and have it signed right there.
Okay.
So to print up a blank one, I'm going to click on the document. I can fill out the information like I just did. So let's say I filled it out. It's just not signed. I'm going to go up to this. It looks like a piece of paper with the corner folded. It's done.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to click on that.
Oh,
And then a
here.
bunch of options come down. And download and print are two of them. So I
Okay.
can download it as a PDF or I can print it right up and they can sign it for me in like actual signature and I'll upload it.
Okay. So it's a PDF right out from Command or right from Docusign.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, that works. Piece of
I'm gonna click
paper.
Save As again. Now I need this sign, so I'm gonna go over. I can click on
Okay.
two ways. I can. Oh, I didn't want to click on that. Sorry, my Pinterest thing keeps getting in the way, so it's hard. Behind my Pinterest icon, there's a little circle.
Okay.
That,
Click on this.
I get a new set of tools in the search bar here. It says like copy, move, email, DocuSign, archive, and unarchive. If I click DocuSign, it's going to send me to envelopes.
Okay.
And it automatically takes me into an envelope.
Okay.
And then I can change the envelope name if my keyboard works. Come on. You sign these papers, and my exclusive buyer brokerage is already in here because I selected it in the documents area.
Right.
And now I'm going to add recipient. It's very important to use the pre-tagged roles so we don't have to drag in all of the signature fields, initial fields, and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
When we click pre-tagged roles, I'm going to get a new menu, or not a new list on who is doing what. So my buyer one, I'm going to select my recipient. I'm going to check mark this. I'll select my recipient, and that would be my sister, Grace Luxon.
Okay. Sure.
So now she's been assigned. My selling broker is going to be the Inglewood Service Account, KLRW 910.
Okay.
And the selling sales associate is myself, which I'll select too. And I will, so I'm in here twice. It doesn't matter which one you choose. They're both going to be sent to you either way.
Okay.
So I'm just
All
going
right.
to the first one. Then I'm going to click Add Selected. And then at this point, if you wanted to sign in person on this document, you would save and close and go to your e-signature.
Okay.
But it might just be easier to print up the documents and have them sign it there and then scan it in. It's really going to be up to you.
Okay.
So
I guess,
go ahead.
so I guess what I just got confused on is, didn't we add all our recipients before when you went through that whole thing? Before you even went into DocuSign, you had all those things, and then the document came up with it all populated with the people?
So
Or did
yeah,
you
so
add-
that information that we use to populate it
right?
is what we're telling it right now is these are the people that are going to be signing it also, and they are these roles.
Okay, so this is
Here's the roles
just,
for them.
it doesn't understand the buyer is the one that has to sign it, or
No, so that's why you have to
do
sign
it again.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
all right.
it's,
I get it.
there's something not communicating in their software for that.
Okay, all right. Makes sense.
So
Makes me nervous to put the same information in. And then you can put on how people are signing it, correct?
So yep, up here in the corner on these squares are the signing orders.
Okay,
So I'm gonna leave them. I want her to sign second, and my selling broker and I can be on the same one.
okay.
Over here on each box, it'll say needs to sign and more. If I click needs to sign, it gives us options on what we can do. It's either needs to sign, needs to view, receives a copy, specify recipient. If I click on specify recipient, it's just going to create another box in here.
Okay.
Person. But the rest of these are self-explanatory. Signing,
Okay.
copying. More is adds access authentication and add a private message. I think this is if somebody is using, like more than one person is using one email. So it adds like a password. Then private message is a private message to this selling or to this person.
Okay. Well, that's important to really understand that because a lot of older people just have one email.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, because there's order to the signing, does that mean I have to sign before she can sign, or it gets sent out and she can sign, or does she have to wait?
You'll have to sign first before she can.
Okay.
So if for some reason it doesn't, like, can all be set to one, so everybody receives the contract at the same time, and then it all comes back to you.
Okay. It doesn't matter the order.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, I think a lot of them are just going to leave it at one.
Okay.
So it's not going to hurt it. But it's usually if there has to be a specific signing order.
Okay. I'm going to ask one other question on these forms because needs to sign is not, doesn't have an area that needs to fill like .loop did for like, say it's a listing and you need to do the seller property disclosure or the lead-based paint.
Okay.
How can they fill that stuff out? Because we can't fill those things. Do you think that's automatic in that type of a form? Do you know?
So I'm trying to understand. So, okay.
Okay.
Sign.
So I send them, okay, this is a listing now, and it's pre-1978, so they have a lead-based paint form they have to sign. Gotcha. They have to fill something out. They have to check boxes and say, yes, I have information. No, I don't have information. And initial.
Yes. So yeah, that's already pre-filled in for you, and that's why we go through that assigning buyer 1, buyer 2.
Okay.
That assigns them to those specific spots in all the forms that they're signing.
Okay.
So those check boxes are already highlighted for them.
For them.
They just need to sign to it.
Okay, because when you go needs to sign, that's what you just check, not to needs to fill in or anything. It's all automatic. Okay. All right, good. That answers that question.
So woo! I'm going to change my sister's email because I don't want her receiving anything.
You're fine.
And I'm going to get rid of my selling broker because I don't want Lisa bothered with it. No reason. But you can add those in there. So I'm just going to leave myself and my sister's. Okay. And I can come down here. I can put a message to all recipients if I want to.
Okay.
And then I'm going to click next. And this is the area now that I can drag over anything that is missing. So let's say, let's see, that stuff started. So my initials are in here. It's on right now, so it can see the broker sales associate initial right there. Good. Same thing for here. Here and there. And then date signed from my sister.
Great.
I don't know where her signature is. I just put the name. Interesting. Well, I can put a signature for her if I want. If I want to switch between the two people, I come up to the top here on the left-hand side. It says my name. I switch it to my sister's name. And I want to pull over a signature box just right by her name. Just so I can have her signature too.
Oh, okay.
And then it automatically assigns it to her because I selected her from this list.
Okay.
It knows to automatically go to my sister. And let's say, like those forms you were saying before, let's say there's something she did need to fill out. Pull in a text box and where she might need to work, and I can make it as long as it needs to be. And I can make it as big as I need to.
Okay.
And that way she can start adding text in there. If I do add a new field on the right-hand side, It'll say if it's required or it's a read only. If it's not required, I'm just going to uncheck it and it just becomes an empty space. It won't be blue, but she can still
Okay.
run. If I click read only, that means she can't make any changes to it and she can only read it.
Okay.
So let's say like if you needed to make some addendum changes or something like that inside of the document and put a text box in, you can say it's read only and have their initials right next to it.
Okay. Is this also how, if we get an offer from another agent that isn't on Docusign, that we are able to add their signatures and stuff to
Yeah.
a document? Okay, great. Same thing as, oh, well, a little different, but pretty much same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to say this is good. I'm going to click send now.
Okay.
And then it pops up with, do you want to sign now? Which means I have something I need to sign. So
Right.
back into my envelopes, and I'm going to click needs my signature. And I'll see that 2 people still need to do this, and one of them is me. So I'll click sign. And it's going to say, please review these documents below. I'll click continue. And I can just click the start button, and it takes me to the first spot I have to go to. So I'll initial, sign, initial, and then I click finish. Finish is the button they need to click when they are finished.
Okay.
If they don't, it's not going to qualify them as being signed.
Okay.
So I'm
I
going
get
to
it.
my email real quickly.
There you are, right on the top.
There we go. This is the one I want. So Grace Luxon, please DocuSign these. And I'll be like, okay. So now I'm my sister. Click this, I agree to the electronic records and signatures. I'll click continue. I'll click start, initial, sure, adopt an initial, sign, initials, and finish. Do I want to have my own copy? No, thank you. Most people will, but we have our own accounts already, so we don't need them. Well, I'll close out, and as soon as it is done, I'm going to get an email that says completed. Please DocuSign.
Okay.
It will be completed in the name of that envelope that you sent out.
Great.
I also get a rooms notification signing. Inside my actual envelope room or envelope area, if I refresh it, it'll tell me it's completed as well. Once I go into documents, I'm going to have a signed version with this green check mark. And then I have a form version here. So I could potentially go back into this form. I can still edit it and change things and put new people in if I wanted to and send it again. So you can only have one copy of a form in a room at a time. And every time you want to send it to maybe someone else or something else, you can change it to fit them to have two forms or to multiply forms.
Okay. All right.
So now I have the signed one, and I like to create a folder to put all my signed documents in. Okay. I'm going to go up to Actions, which is this blue Actions button next to Add. And I'm going to click Add a Folder and call it Signed. Click Create. Then I'm going to drag this signed one into that folder. So now all my signed documents are in here. I do have a certification document that pops up, which is certifying that it was signed by everybody and who signed it, when and where, the IP address. This is all for their compliance records. So for any reason they're pulled into court and be like, well, it was DocuSigned. Here's the information.
Okay. Do we need it for the office or?
No. So what you're going to do is you can check mark this in the corner. And then you can archive it.
Okay.
And then I'll click archive. And that as soon as you click that check mark in the corner, these tools pop up again. Okay. Up at the top, and I'm going to click the archive. And then I'll click archive again. And if at any time I need to get back to see all of my documents, I can go up here to this drop down in that search bar area where it says document finder. It says active documents on this drop down. I can
Mm-hmm.
all documents or archive documents, and I can see what I archived. So I can restore this if I want to.
Okay.
I'm going to go to active. And that's how you use Docusign. So now I'm going to go back into command. This is my consultation. So we were just doing that paperwork for a consultation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add an item. And I'm going to say, okay, and then document type, it's an agreement. I'm going to choose Docusign for the source of documents. And now it breaks it down into folders. So it says root folder with the 2 forms and certification, and then it's my signed folder. So that's
Okay.
my signed exclusive buyer. And it'll say signed at the end of it. Then I'll click save, and it uploads it in here. So now that's been uploaded. After this has been uploaded, I would submit this to the market center, to the MC.
Okay. Is that out of your folder or out of, where is this? You've got it in 2 different places? The
No.
root?
So right now, I'm inside of my command opportunity.
Okay. Command opportunity, and then that goes into submit for,
Yep. So inside
the
the command opportunities under documents,
okay.
under the consultation folder.
Okay. Okay.
Now, underneath,
Next question.
is where it has the residential checklist. These are called folders. So there's 3 folders underneath of them. Consultation, contract, and closed.
Okay.
And they have custom folders where you can add your own stuff.
Okay.
I'm under
Now.
consultation, and I added an item which was custom because I didn't have a requirement or anything in here. And it was that exclusive buyer's brokerage agreement.
Okay.
That's the only thing I needed for the consultation. So then I'd submit it to the market center.
Okay.
Because we can't
got
do
it.
compliance through Docusign. We do it through command.
Okay. So this is, we're in command.
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm going to write an offer. Where do I go next?
Okay, you want to
Do
write
I
it.
go back to opportunities? Is this, I want to put it in the same folder.
So you're going to
Don't
stay, yep, we're going to stay on the same opportunity. So if you closed out of it, you're going to reopen that opportunity.
Open an opportunity first. Okay.
And you're going to open up the one you're working on. And since you've already connected to Docusign, you're just going to click that go to transaction button.
Okay. Would I be connected to Docusign if I've closed out and this is 3 days later? No.
You'll have to re-sign in, but it's still connected in the opportunity.
Okay, great. All right.
So it'll just come up with a Docusign login, and then you just log in again, and it'll take you to the room.
Okay.
So,
Back in the room.
I'm back in my room for my 2nd Street buyer. I'm going to click
Okay.
that add button.
Okay.
I'm going to click Docusign form.
On forms. Okay, so you go back and pretty much rehash the whole thing.
Yep. And then I'm going to go
Okay.
into group instead of library, and I'm going to say buyer sale package bar.
Okay, cool.
And then here's
Pick your
my
forms.
residential contract for sale and purchase.
Okay.
You click on that, and I'm going to add that.
Got it. Okay.
It's going to load that up. Loading. I'm going to click on it to open it. I'm going to fill in the information in here. So I'm going to put the sellers in. You could have these sellers in the autofill, but if you're just making an offer, I wouldn't edit the autofill until it's accepted.
Okay. Okay.
And once it's accepted, then it'll save you more time to put the seller's information in.
Okay. All right. I get that.
And so we're going through, it's, put the legal
Do the
description,
same thing. Fill it all out.
all this stuff. Yep. So fill it out. We can make changes to these right now. When I say changes, I mean enter in information.
Mm-hmm.
Check boxes if I want to check. So you fill out the offer. Great. Okay. Same thing. Listing sales associate. Then I'll click Save and Close. And now I'm going to go. I can either do the check mark in the corner and then go to envelopes, or I can go to envelopes right here and create a new envelope to send. Offer. And then I can choose from room docs, the as is residential contract, add selected. And then I'm going to add my recipients through the pre-tagged roles.
Okay.
So my buyer 1, seller 1, seller 2 maybe. We don't have anyone in the specified seller's spot in autofill yet. Actually, you know what?
Okay, so you're not going to have anybody, you don't have the seller's address, you have the listing agent's address
Right.
only.
You email it to the listing agent, or send it to the listing agent. So
Correct.
it would be, I'm going to add it. So I'm just going to have buyer 1 in there.
Right. Okay.
And then I'm going to add recipient and then room participants, not room participants. I'm sorry. I want to add my email address. Then I can put the seller's name here and then the agent's email right here.
Okay.
Address.
Okay.
And that'll be sent to them.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the same process. The screen will open up again. I'm just gonna put,
All right, I get that part. So it's all going to go into the same folder and same
so that's why I suggest
under the same client per se. Okay.
That's why I suggest in documents you create maybe another folder for offer or things like that. However you like to organize things, create folders for them.
I like them all together. I just don't want to break them up. I'll send them when you need them.
There you go. That works. But that's,
right.
I mean, and then you upload it into Command and submit to MC.
Okay. Yeah, that clarifies a lot of why these other pop-up screens came up before that, I guess, scared me. And it's like, didn't I just do this? Why am I doing this again? And, it'd keep going back to opportunities and screw it all up. So this makes it really clear. Thank you.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to put together a class with one of our agents here who's using Docusign and go through a whole transaction with them. So everyone can see, okay, we're uploading this now. We're doing this, and then sending it off.
Perfect. That would be great. And if, I guess, the organizational part, they probably do a lot more than some of us other people do. And so to make life clearer, I know John Griffith does, he has incredible talent in that, but I'm sure
like
the other agents
organizer.
Yeah, he's detailed oriented, which makes sense. But yeah, any tricks, that would be fabulous. That would really be wonderful of seeing who's actually working with them that aren't complaining as bad as I am.
we actually just got a new agent with us it's an expansion team, and he's been using Docusign for 15 years.
Oh,
so I'm gonna see if he'll teach a class for us.
Perfect. Love it. That'd be great. I like that part. Sounds good.
All right. Any other questions I can help you with today, Sue?
No, that was great. Thank you so much.
It's
I appreciate it. All right.
Really.
Bye-bye.
Stop my share. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too.